It's 27 minutes past 7 and we can discuss Newport County now because there was a fan forum last night at Rodney Parade giving supporters a chance to air their views, their concerns over the club's future and their relations with the chairman, with Huw Jenkins. Newport County are currently bottom of League 2, 4 points adrift from safety, yet to win under the new manager. Let's speak to Ed Bridges, who's on the line. Ed, morning. You were at the meeting last night, were you? Hello?
I was indeed, Dot. Yes, there wasn't a great deal of festive cheer, I think it's fair to say. A friend said to me on the way out it was a meeting that could have been an email, and I think they were probably right. There wasn't much in the way of good news.
So what was discussed then? Top of the agenda was what?
Well, I think most of us turned up hoping that there would be some news of investment in January, which might allow us to bring in a few experienced players to mount enough of a fight to avoid relegation. But although there may be some interested parties sniffing around, nothing concrete has come through, and certainly not in time to make a difference to our January transfer window budget. And Chairman Huw Jenkins, he did accept that the team hasn't done well enough so far on the field, but he clearly feels that 3 or 4 players, probably from the same talent pool we've dipped into so far during his tenure, is going to be enough. And I don't think any Newport County fan shares that optimism. On our current trajectory, we're going to be at least 5 points adrift by the time reinforcements come in, and we haven't won a home game in the league since March. So things are stacking up against us.
Did you make that point to him as fans? What were your questions to him, and how did he respond in terms of what money he's provided to the managers?
Well, he's certainly put in money. There's no doubt of that. He's subsidised the club to the tune of $3 million in his words, anyway, at least over the last couple of years. And there's no one else seemingly willing to stump up that kind of money. So he is sustaining the club, but only just about. And I think the questions that came up and the frustration that many of us have is that Mr. Jenkins is persisting with a player recruitment strategy which has left us bereft of experienced 4th division grafters. And if we end up getting relegated, lose that precious and hard-won league status, we're going to leave him with an investment that is basically worthless and leave the fans and the club with a team that is languishing in the conference. And I think that's where the frustration comes in, that, without something to shift the dial in January, Christian Fuchs, the manager, is going to be trying to turn a fairly average group of players into a side that needs to produce playoff form to survive. And I think that's a tough ask.
To what extent do the fans blame the manager?
Oh, I don't think you can blame Christian Fuchs. He's only been in for 3 or 4 games. Even Dave Hughes, who started the season, they are having to make the best meal they can with a fairly poor set of ingredients that they've been given by the chairman. So, they are doing the best under difficult circumstances. The players are doing the best with the abilities they've got. I think the problem fundamentally comes back to that player recruitment strategy that the chairman has set out. And that was where the frustration was last night. We were all sort of sent away being told to believe in the team. But believing in things is all very well in a Disney film. This isn't a Disney film. This is 4th division relegation scrap, and we need something to change fairly swiftly.
And will there be a happy ending if it's a Disney film? And that's the fear. I've got Newport County fans in my family. It's pretty bleak at the moment, isn't it? And there's a real fear that where you're headed.
Yeah, exactly that. I think it's very hard to see that turn in fortunes coming in time. But, if I was reaching for a positive, it would be that there are still several hundred Newport County fans who are willing to turn out on a filthy, wet December night a week before Christmas to discuss how their club's future can be secured. There are plenty of people who care. There's no end of passion about how we might build a better future. But we need to harness that enthusiasm, give Christian Fuchs the support and the financial backing that he needs to turn our fortunes around in the second half of the season. So Newport still has a Football League club next year. Yeah,
will that financial support be forthcoming? We shall see. Ed, lovely speaking to you. Thanks for coming on this morning to reflect on that meeting last night, the fan forum last night held at Rodney Parade.